there's a lot of companies out there that will sell you the dream, but they don't deliver. But the feedback I got from the children from the learning pods was really positive. The feedback I got from the head of English was really positive, because when she spoke to your staff, she was like, they actually know what they're doing, and there's an AQA examiner on there, and so she felt really comfortable knowing that she can't do this intervention, but someone is doing it. And the fact that you used our QLA, our focus, to deliver those sessions meant that you were actually plugging gaps and not just teaching for the sake of teaching. And I just felt like it was very much bespoke to the needs of what we needed to do. We just done the mock exams. We realized the children were not writing the perfect stories. They weren't doing question 5. So we very clearly knew where we were going wrong. We knew about, them not writing in paragraphs and all that kind of thing. So that's why once we'd done a really good QLA, we realized that these are where, and there was all the same kids doing the same things. So that's why we realized that we need to do something about this. And that's why when I had that conversation with you and met your staff, we told them very clearly what we wanted. And the fact that I had my head of English tell you and give you resources to help you with that. So she also knew that she was going to get something of the quality that would then enable her to carry on in after Easter. So I think that was really good. I love your tracker. I love the fact that you were calling parents. Not only was I calling parents, it just made my life a little bit easier. The fact that I knew that you were doing some calls, I was doing some calls. I had to put a little bit of work in, but it was worth it because, as I said, the attendance was very good. It was high. I think you safeguarded the pupils really well. You had the whole protocol in place. You were very, very much you were listening to what I had to say and you were taking it on board. And I also realized that if I came up with something, you actually you didn't say, yeah, we'll do it. You said, okay, let me think about it. And then you came back with a solution, which I really liked. The fact is you weren't just playing a game to just get me into this learning pod. You actually thought, right, but you actually delivered. That's the main thing. Attendance was really positive, and when I took that back to my head teacher, he was very impressed. So we had an AQA consultant, we had an AQA examiner, and that's what my head of English at that time was saying she was very impressed with, because it was someone who was in there, who knows the exam spec, knows how to teach, knows what's going on, and it wasn't just, no offense, a retired English teacher that hasn't done it for a long time, because there's a lot of tuition companies have those. They have those old retired teachers, which are not relevant to, they don't know the new spec. They may know the old spec, and the knowledge doesn't change, and they still have lots of knowledge, but I just feel like those little tweaks that can be made to help those pupils to progress. Talk to Matthew, tell them what you want, and he will then make sure that you get what you want. People should give you a chance and talk to you directly and tell them what they want, and give you a chance to see what you can do. If I need you for learning pods, I would get you back. If I need you for drop down days, which I will probably use you again next year, budgets, fingers crossed budgets are okay, then yes, why not? Definitely.